members of government, dear members of national parliament, dear colleagues from the Social Enterprise Forum Slovenia, dear member of European Parliament Ivo Weigl, honorary guests of the conference. My name is Todor Ivanov and I'm the Secretary General of Eurocoop, the European Community of Consumer Cooperatives. I would like to thank Social Enterprise Forum Slovenia and MEP Ivo Weigl for inviting me to participate in this very important conference, which has gathered all of you today in Ljubljana to discuss the alternative sale of Mercator. Please accept my sincere apologies for not being able to attend in person, but yesterday and today, the annual General Assembly of Eurocoop is taking place in Brussels. Nonetheless, I have prepared a slideshow presentation which will introduce you to the consumer cooperative movement in Europe. I believe this will help you better understand the alternative plan of action which is proposed in dealing with the case of Mercator. My presentation will take you through an overview of the association I represent, Eurocoop. It will provide specific examples of leading consumer cooperatives in Europe, along with the vision for the future development of consumer cooperatives, its challenges and opportunities, and it will end with some data of the true potential of the cooperative business in Europe. Eurocoop unites national cooperative organizations from 20 countries around Europe. Our secretariat is based in Brussels. Each one of our national members engages in various activities, but the one common activity is retail business. Basically, our members are enterprises functioning by the cooperative business model. Eurocoop represents over 30 million cooperative members, 450,000 employees, 4,500 regional or local cooperative organizations, and our members operate a total of 36,000 stores, which generate around 76 billion euros in annual turnover. Coming from Bulgaria, I know very well of the misconceptions in East European countries concerning the image of cooperatives. Usually, they're linked with the totalitarian past, or in other cases, so little is known that people may think there's no proof of the cooperative business's success. I assure you, the cooperative idea has nothing to do with communism, and I will prove that the cooperative business model is very successful in different parts in Europe. The modern cooperative movement has a history of 170 years, which means the cooperative business model exists for 170 years. The first cooperative was established in the United Kingdom, in Rochdale, in 1844. You will see the global cooperative structure, which is presented in the presentation. This will enable you to put things into perspective. It must be said that the International Cooperative Alliance, which is the global cooperative structure, unites 1 billion cooperative members, and it provides 100 million jobs, and all the cooperative enterprises worldwide generate $2 trillion in annual turnover. The cooperative business model is responsible for all these fantastic results. Coming to Eurocoop, the main goals of the association include facilitating exchange of best practices and experience between our members, and lobbying the European institutions for the interests of consumer cooperatives around Europe. This is why the Secretariat is based in Brussels. Consumer cooperatives across Europe come in various sizes and shapes, but one thing is certain: they are present in almost every European country. On national level, consumer cooperatives can be market leaders, such as the case in Italy, Finland, Denmark, and Slovakia, or they may have the biggest retail chains, as in the cases of Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, or they're responsible for supporting life in the very small villages where they act as the only economic factor. Cooperative stores can be anything from a shopping center to a hypermarket or a neighborhood local store. This was the business part. But what really sets the cooperative business model apart from the corporate or the capitalist business model is that cooperative enterprises put the person first, not the capital. Cooperative enterprise is based on need, not greed. This comes from the nature of cooperatives, which is simple. People unite to satisfy their own needs. Hence, the employer and the employees are the same people. This makes the cooperative business model self-sufficient, and as you will see in the presentation, it is because it is based on specific principles and values, such as democratic member control, autonomy and independence, concern for community, equality, and solidarity, just to name a few. We look to the future to increase business collaboration between consumer cooperatives in Europe. This is where Eurocoop can help. We organize working groups, seminars, and other fora where members can learn from each other, share experiences and practices, as well as innovations in the cooperative business. They also discuss their social programs because cooperative organizations care about their members and the community, from young children to students to elders. The International Cooperative Alliance, the Cooperative UN, as I call it, has an official strategy called the ICA Blueprint, which sets the goals for making the cooperative business model the fastest growing, most preferred, and sustainable business model in the world by 2020. Of course, there are challenges with which consumer cooperatives and all other businesses have to face. The global economic and financial crisis brought upon much hardship to all forms of business. But it was in this crisis of post-2008 which really proves the advantages of the cooperative business model. Following its values and principles, cooperative business is better prepared to face the crisis because it has always been functioning by a model which is based on sustainable development, a model which does not aim at making profit at all costs, a model which puts the interests of every employee at heart. For example, most cooperatives worldwide refrain from using bank loans to finance their activities, but rather utilize their own funds to do that. This makes cooperatives much more sustainable. Another specific example, the decision-making process in cooperatives is not done by some executive board, chairman or I don't know what, but rather the people themselves. Decisions are made through democratic member control, utilizing the principle of one member, one vote. What is my main aim? It is that I want to tell you that I strongly believe that the alternative proposal for the transformation of Mercator in a consumer workers cooperative is the right way to go. Mercator, as I know, is the biggest company in Slovenia, which also operates throughout the whole region. To my knowledge, it has around 25,000 employees. Now, I do not know what may happen if Mercator is sold to another private entity, but I do know for a fact what may happen if it is transformed into a cooperative enterprise. The cooperative model will allow Mercator to be refinanced by its own employees, because the employees will become ultimately its members. The new cooperative structure will be run by the members themselves, hence the employees. They will have the decision-making power, which will provide security for their money when they choose to invest in it. If financial stability is assured this way, it should eliminate the risk of cutting costs, which basically means cutting working places. I am sure that our cooperative colleagues from Mondragon and Ljubljana will also present to you the successful practices of large enterprises being run as cooperative organizations. You will see towards the end of my presentation that I present the different opportunities for consumer cooperatives around Europe. There is a vast potential for business collaboration. At the beginning I mentioned that Eurocoop members generate 76 billion euros of annual turnover. But in the last slide of the presentation, you will be able to put that number in perspective to the multinational retail chains which function in the European market. You might be surprised with the true power of the consumer cooperative organizations. I would like to thank you once again for your attention, and I would like to thank the organizers for providing me this opportunity to present the European Consumer Cooperative Movement. I wish the conference the best of success. Thank you.